Today we're going to go over 3 more effective ways to improve your sleep, fall asleep more quickly, stay asleep throughout the night, and therefore improve your performance on the basketball court pretty drastically. Like we discussed in part 1 of this little mini series, sleep is the most powerful performance enhancer you have at your disposal. And by choosing not to take advantage of it and not to maximize and optimize your sleep quality, you're leaving results on the table. I do not care how effective your diet is. I do not care how dialed in your training schedule is. If you're not sleeping enough, you're not gonna maximize those results that you're getting from your diet or your training. So it's super, super important. And I can tell you guys really resonated with part 1 because a lot of you do struggle to fall asleep, struggle to stay asleep at night, and that's a really common issue. So today I wanna give you 3 more strategies that you could use to combat that and actually get good sleep pretty easily. The first strategy I want to give you is something that you're actually not even going to do at nighttime. It's something that you do in the morning. And this is to get outside and go for a walk in the morning. Get some sunshine in the morning. And this may sound not even counterintuitive, but you might be wondering, why am I telling you to do this? This is something to do with sleep, not your morning routine. But by getting outside in the morning, getting sunlight, you can actually set your circadian rhythm and make sure everything stays on point with your body's biological clock. So by the evening, your body's clock is still on point and you fall asleep when you're meant to fall asleep, not at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. And it's super simple. Literally just get outside for 5-10 minutes. Go for a walk down the block and back. Not only will you benefit from a circadian rhythm standpoint, you also get plenty of vitamin D, you'll get some extra movement in. So there's plenty of benefits to be had there by getting outside for a morning walk. I do this personally every single day and I find that it helps me a ton, gets me in a better mood, allows me to wake up in the morning a lot more easily. So I'd highly recommend implementing this as your first strategy. The second strategy I want you to implement is to avoid caffeine in the afternoon or evening. What many people don't realize is that caffeine has a half-life of 4 to 6 hours. I've seen people say 4, 5, 6. So let's just say 4 to 6 hours. What that means is that if you have, let's say for example, 300 milligrams of caffeine, 4 to 6 hours after you have that dose, half of that caffeine is still circulating in your bloodstream, doing its job, making you feel alert and awake. So let's say you have a Bang energy drink before you go train in the afternoon, potentially 4 to 5 to 6 hours later at 8 to 10 p.m., half of that caffeine, so 150 milligrams of that caffeine is still gonna be in your system. And that's gonna make it a lot more difficult to fall asleep. Now, some people aren't as affected by this as others. Some people are really affected by this. Now, before we get into tip number 3, if you're enjoying this content, you get value out of it, and this is helping you as much as part 1 did, definitely be sure to drop a like down below and also consider subscribing if you haven't already. Now, the third tip I want to give you today is to utilize Tart cherries or Tart cherry juice, either one. The reason being is that both of these things have a pretty high natural concentration of melatonin, which is the hormone or neurotransmitter that helps you fall asleep. So if you're struggling with melatonin production, maybe you're exposing yourself to blue light at night or your circadian rhythm really isn't optimized, by using Tart cherries or just including that in your diet later in the day, or by utilizing Tart cherry juice, you can boost your body's natural concentration of melatonin and make it easier for you to fall asleep. And not to mention, it's been shown to have some anti-inflammatory properties as well, so it could potentially help with muscle soreness and recovery as a little bonus there. So if you enjoyed this and haven't seen part 1 of this series, definitely be sure to check that out. I will link that up on the screen right now. And again, if you enjoyed this, I'd really appreciate it if you drop a like on the video, subscribe for new videos just like this every single Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, and share this with a friend, and I'll see you in that next video.